For this CVA, I decided to do two experiments. So the first experiment is going to be comparing the two saws for straight cuts, and the second experiment is going to be comparing the two saws when making curved cuts. So if you watch the first video, which is going to be straight cuts, you want to pay close attention to how quickly one saw cuts through the wood and maybe how slowly another one cuts, or how many strokes it might take to cut through the entire piece of wood. So straight away we can see that the Tenon saw, the video on the left, was much quicker and much more efficient when cutting through this small piece of wood. With the coping saw, there was a lot more work to be done physically by the user. They were doing a lot more sawing, a lot more strokes. I counted over 50 strokes to cut through the piece of wood, and it took around 24 seconds to do it too. Whereas at the Tenon saw is about 16 seconds and only about 25 strokes, because that blade is a lot bigger. There's a lot more teeth per inch, and it's designed for straight cuts like that. So we're going to move on now to curve cuts in the next video, and just pay close attention to how easy or how hard it might be to cut out the curve, because they're both almost the exact same curve to cut out, the same piece of wood, just two different saws. So you can see the Tenon saw on the left, and we've done pretty much all we can do with a Tenon saw, because it mainly just cuts in straight lines, and trying to cut out that small little curve on the inside that's left over would be quite difficult with a Tenon saw. But if you look at the video on the right, just before I finished cutting that, you can see how I moved along the entire piece without taking the coping saw away from the piece, and I was able to cut through each curve really cleanly and really finely, and you're finished with a nice even curve.